Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new on here, my name is Tonia. I'm a travel and lifestyle vlogger, and you are totally and completely free to smash that subscribe button. Okay, see, break it, destroy it, and do whatever you like with it. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some exciting news. You see this? Your girl is now a licensed driver. I don't know if you guys are going to see my vlog saying that I've gotten it, or if you guys are going to see this one where I'm actually sharing the details on how I got my driver's license in the state of Texas. But if this video comes out first, then I'm going to when the other one comes out, I'm going to link it. And if the other one is first, I'm going to link this one. See, I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but you guys get the point. But anyways, your girl is now a licensed driver, and I am so excited to finally be able to say that, because growing up in Nigeria, my parents never owned any cars. My parents still don't own any car. So I wasn't really able to learn. So I'm one of those few people who couldn't learn how to drive as like teenagers until they are full-grown adults. Let me run through every single step of this process with you guys leading to getting my license. Hopefully this video is going to be helpful to someone who's planning to get their driver's license, or just a new immigrant in another country, especially the United States, that is trying to get their license. You know, like overall, I hope that this video is going to be helpful to someone out there. So basically, when I first arrived here in the United States, the first thing I did was to go on Google and Google like driving schools close to where I stay. So when I Googled, I found some numbers and some schools, and I called the numbers and they told me how to go about it. Now, with the condition of the country right now, so many things are not the same anymore. For example, before now, you can go and sit in an actual class and learn the you know, like driving signs and the roads and how it works. But right now you can do that virtually. You can do it online. I don't know if you have to do it online, but I did mine online. You have options. I think with the condition of the country right now, online was a better option for me, so I chose to do it online. So the first step, the very first step, is taking the class. So this is not the actual driving class now. This is the class where they teach you more of the objective part of driving and not the practical. So I'm going to show you guys what certificate you're going to need after that. And just so you know, you can't skip the steps. Like, one step leads to another. So this was the certificate that I got. Yeah. So the very first thing that I did was to go to this Virtual Drive of Texas LLC, and I went online to that class and I registered. It was $45. So the class overall took me about a week, and that's because you can do it at your own pace. You can do it, stop it, and go back and do it again. You're going to have a username and a login, and every time you can log in there and continue from where you stop. So basically, it's just a class. In that class, I learned all the road signs, like what red means, green means, yellow means, what the signs on the ground means, what the sign with two children means. You know, those kind of things that are on the road on a day-to-day basis that you have to learn. So those are the things that I learned, and I took a test at the end of the class. And with that test, I got this certificate, which I printed out. This is a certificate. I just printed it out on this. And so after I was done with that class, I printed out this certificate. It's called Texas Adult Driver Education Certificate. So I printed this certificate, and then I took it to the Department of Public Safety. Are you guys following? I took this certificate to the Department of Public Safety, and they gave me my driving permit. Not the driver's license now. I got the driving permit, and it's right here. So the driving permit is just a paper that they gave me. This is it right here. And basically, it just says that I am allowed to learn how to drive so long as I have a professional driver above 28 years old with me in the car. So that's what driving permit means. No school will teach you how to actually drive on the road without a driving permit. So this is the first step that you actually have to take. So that's the first step that I took. After I took the exam and got the certificate, I took it to the Department of Public Safety, and I got my driving permit, and then I took it to an actual driving school. Okay. And as an adult, just so you know, as an adult driver who's learning how to drive, the process is way different from when you're learning how to drive as a teenager. It is way cheaper for teenagers. I don't know the explanation behind that, but that's just it. Learning how to drive for teenagers is way cheaper. For adults, it's flipping expensive, okay? Flipping expensive. So for my class that I chose, I had called more than 4 different driving schools, and they told me that for them to teach me how to drive on the road, I have to pay like $60 per hour. I'm not talking about $60 for like the whole class. I'm talking about $60 per hour. So for example, if the person wants to teach me 2 hours every day, that's $60 per that hour. So 60 plus 60, let's say we're doing 2 hours per day, that's $120 per day. Please make that make sense. It was just too much money. So the cheapest that I found among every school that I called was $45 an hour. Okay, compare $45 to $60, two different money. So even though it's still not cheap, $45 an hour is still a lot of money. I had no choice. It was the cheapest school that I could find. And so I went ahead and I went for that class. So the class is a private class, so they don't teach me and other students. It's just me and the driver in the car. And yes, I started that driving class almost 2 months ago, and because of my job, I couldn't do the class every single day. I only did weekends. So I did 2 hours every weekend. There's a certain hour that you have to do to be able to qualify to get your driver's license. So I did that. I made sure that I completed my hours, and when I was done, I went back to the Department of Public Safety and said, I'm done with my class. I've taken my road test. So after you're done with your driving class, you're going to need to take an actual driving class that will determine if you're going to be able to get your driver's license or not. So you go ahead and you take the driving class. They make you do parallel parking. They tell you to stop or go or turn left or turn right. And while this is happening, you have to be driving the proper way. For example, if they say turn right, you have to put your right blinker on. All of these things, they're going to be looking out for them. They're going to be writing it down. And after the driving test, you pass. Okay, you have to pass, obviously. So after the driving test, you then go back again to the Department of Public Safety and say, I've taken my road test, I passed it, and I'm done. And they basically told me to do like a sight test. So they had like a board with different letters and different words on it, and they told me, close your left eye and say this and read this line, close your right eye and read this line. Basically they're trying to test and see if like you can be on the road, you will see properly, you know, where you're going to before you go and kill everybody. So they gave me these forms, I filled them. They asked me about my address, how long I've been here in the United States, all of those extra questions, if I own you know, like where I stay, if I pay the rent for it, something like that. And then after that, they gave me a temporary license and said to wait for the other one in the mail. And in about 2 weeks, that was when the actual license arrived. Basically, that is the whole process you go through to get a driver's license as an adult here in the United States, especially Texas, because I believe that every state is different. I don't want to say that it's going to be the same thing in Georgia or Oklahoma or something like that. I believe that this is just for the state of Texas, but it gives you an idea, because I believe that a lot of states will do it the same way. Might be easier or harder in other states, but I believe that, you know, basically you have an understanding of how it works out here. So for my driving class specifically, I spent almost $1,000. I'm not even kidding. Not up to $1,000, but almost $1,000. I would say for my driving class, I spent almost about $700 for my driving class. Yes, flipping expensive, as I said, because all the classes that I took every 2 hours, so in every weekend I was spending almost $100, and I took what? I took 8 classes. So let's do the calculation here together for how many classes I took. 45 plus 45 times 2 is $90. $90 times 8. I took 8 classes altogether. So times 8. Yep, this is how much I spent for my driving class. In total, I spent $720 for my driving class. $720. Let that ring in your head. Classes varies depending on like how long you want to do the class. you might decide to take only 4 classes. Okay, so the money is solely depending on how long you want your class to run. Me, I wanted to make sure that I learned every single thing that I possibly could. So even when I was already driving, like even when I was already able to go to places by myself confidently, I still continued going to my class. So yes guys, I hope that this video was helpful to someone out there. I hope this video was informative, educative, and hopefully entertaining. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and smash the subscribe button if you're new. Break it, destroy it, and do whatever you like with it. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so YouTube can notify you whenever I post a new video. I have a lot of fun videos coming up. I have a lot of life updates, like huge change coming to my life that I would really love to share with you guys. So don't forget to stay glued to this YouTube channel. Okay, don't forget to stay glued to this space, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.